What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Look at that beautiful transition. It was amazing. Hey, everybody. This is Beats and Fables. We're back.
Welcome.
That's right. We're back with a whole new game.
Yep. Where I'm GMing. Ha 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 ha.
We're doomed.
The power
Doomed.
is all
So much power. It's gone right to my head.
Yes.
Directly to my head. You can't stop
tell.
it.
But who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you, mysterious man in our computer windows?
I'm a floating head. I don't understand why that's confusing. I mean, like...
Everybody is a floating head. We're all Varghouls these days.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
floating head, sound off.
Okay, so I'm Joe, and I'm going to be your GM for Power Rangers. I'm very excited to run for everybody.
I'll go. Yep, go ahead.
Teamwork.
Damn it.
My name is Ron. I'll be playing Felix in this Power Rangers game.
I'm Coda, and I'll be playing as Max in this Power Rangers game.
Hi, I'm Ben. I will be playing Arasi, and in addition to that, I am one of the Essence 20 designers. I focus on G.I. Joe, but I did do a lot of stuff with Power Rangers. So we're gonna have a great time here, seeing what made it past the editors.
Hey.
You next?
Sure.
Yes.
I passed you
So-
the conch.
So I am Dr. Paige Lightman. I will be playing Daniel Gutierrez, and I am looking forward to learning much more about Power Rangers. I was also part of the Essence 20 team, which means I kind of know the system, but I haven't had a chance to play it very much, so I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to learning more about Power Rangers.
Awesome. And I'm Dr. Andrew. I'm playing Betty Zhang, the erstwhile applied metaphysician and surfer in this game. I'm really looking forward to seeing what color ranger she ends up being. And I know very little about the Power Rangers universe or about Essence, so this should be hilarious to me. Hilarious.
And no pressure or anything, Joe,
Yeah.
but the guy who wrote the game is watching our stream.
Essence chat. Hi, Brian.
Hey!
Yay!
Surely.
Mike, could you link everyone? So we still have a survey up so that everybody can have input on everyone's color.
I'm getting it as we speak.
If Mike will link to the chat. If you haven't voted yet, please vote. And we will be revealing the Rangers' color when they prove themselves functionally.
Yeah, so that will be coming up in just everybody song and dance for like 5 more seconds.
We're professionals
I've seen
here. It's
Power
fine.
Rangers dances. They always do like this with their fingers.
Ooh, there you go.
There we go. All right, it's in the link.
I found that by looking for Power Rangers gifts today.
Excellent. So that's that. I mean, that really tells you all you need to know ultimately.
Yeah.
She did find an amazing one of a Yellow Ranger doing that dance and then like doing like a butt pop, and then there was an explosion behind them. And it was like
Yep,
Jokes were made. Jokes
Brother-
were made.
jokes were made.
I mean, that's
Brother
the joy.
Founder with the tier 1 sub, though.
Thank you!
All right, everybody, do your
We
Power Ranger
appreciate
dance.
Is it,
What? How? What?
You just
I need
throw
dance
fingers
lessons in
around
Power
like this.
Rangers.
How does this work?
I
I
don't know.
I mean, that's what they do in the gifts.
Just do it, Andrew.
Just be very Japanese about it. It's fine.
I think
That's where all the craziness comes from. It's like
Yeah.
Power Rangers is like part of Power Rangers is importing really tiny pieces of Japanese culture into American culture. It's part of the allure, frankly.
Okay, all right.
Indeed
I
it
did.
is.
I think
Okay.
one of my absolute favorite gifts was the Blue Ranger using the hula hoop powers. That was amazing.
That was pretty
Yeah.
awesome. I'm looking forward to somebody showing us that in action.
Okay, let's get started.
Sounds great.
Bring us over to the Roll20.
Right.
It's time to play the music. It's
Well,
time
you-
to.
Oh,
Oh, I
light
should
the
have played
lights.
music that entire time. I don't know. Where's music? Hey, it's music. Ha! I found music.
Ah!
I mean,
Victory's
excellent.
mine.
Old So Tiger with the tier 1 sub.
Thank you very much.
Yay! I don't know if Joe has access to the dance music.
No, I don't. You send it to me. I can add it to my campaign.
Will do.
Your repertoire.
Maybe we should.
But
do
not right
something
now
with-
because I got shit to do. Okay. So, the camera starts far to the north of Angel Grove in the mountains that are to the north. And for a moment, they seem kind of familiar. And the camera kind of swings down, flying over downtown Angel Grove. People busily scurrying between businesses. You know, the downtown area. You know, very busy, very populous. Lots of people going about their daily lives. The camera continues over the Regan Creek, which separates North Angel Grove from South Angel Grove, and then heads down past the full downtown, where there are a couple of what could be generously called skyscrapers. You know, they have like, you know, a couple more stories in the buildings around them that kind of form the commercial and financial hub of Angel Grove. And the camera continues flying further south till it reaches over the UCAG campus, which looks like this and has its own music.
Ooh.
School has its own music.
Ooh. The camera kind of zooms about, and you see a bunch of students scurrying here and there, going about their daily lives. You see a group of kids playing, you know, frisbee in the quad. You see a group of cheerleaders practicing outside of an arena as the camera kind of travels around Angel Grove, giving you a feel for the activity and the busyness of the campus. The camera then focuses on a specific building and travels inside. It travels into a very busy dining hall. The dining hall is full of students, as far as the eye can see, all sitting around tables and chatting amiably. There are a couple of what look to be slightly older students, kind of like seeming to be monitoring the group, right? Like they seem to be chaperoning the group. And all the individual students at all the tables look relatively young, like they're freshmen sitting at a table. The camera continues until it focuses on a group of 5 individuals sitting at a table. Their plates in front of them clearly having the detritus of a meal, but that has been recently finished. How about we describe each of our players?
Our characters.
Our characters, yes. Why don't we describe each of our characters?
It's going to be way more fun than describing our players.
That sounds great.
Well, let's see. I'm a 30-something white man with
Gross.
short brown hair.
Gross.
Okay, you're fired from the podcast.
Right.
I'm just doing what you told me to. Joe.
Get out.
Max is she is a shorter woman with long brown hair that is currently actually tied up into a tight bun. She's actually still wearing her morning exercise clothes, as she's just finished up with a run before coming to breakfast. Now, she's had time to kind of refresh herself, so she's, you know, ready for a workout, but also has been cleaned. So she didn't sit down at the table all stinky.
And so just so you guys are aware, this is a freshman orientation, right? So you guys were all aware this event was happening. Just to give context to the scene.
But in front of her, she's got a bowl of eaten fruit. She has left the grapes. She didn't eat any of those. Mm-hmm. And a plastic water bottle with the university logo on it.
Nice.
Now I want UCal Angel Grove merch. I'm sure it's out there.
I'm sure it's out there.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
If not, I feel like there's going to be some. Like, is that...
All right, Betty?
Betty is sitting in front of a well-demolished breakfast burrito. She is actually a taller Asian woman with short hair that's usually pretty dark, but it's kind of got streaks in it, mostly just from being bleached out a little bit by the sun. She, curiously enough, is wearing jeans and like has the shirt that looks like what the people who work behind Corleone's gelato wear. It's kind of like that standard uniform like polo shirt that everyone who works there wears, and she has got like a name badge on for Corleone's gelato that says Betty on it. She's like, yeah, this is actually a lot more fun the second time, she says, sort of gesturing at the freshman orientation breakfast.
Is the Corleone's on campus or off campus?
It's like right at the edge of campus.
Okay.
Like you cross the street and there's Corleone's serving up every flavor of gelato.
Sure, next to probably a pizza place.
Yeah, and yeah.
Pizza and gelato all in one shopping center?
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
There's a bunch of teenagers that descend on that like locusts, I'm sure.
That's why it's there for sure.
Right?
Okay, RSC.
So Rossi is a short. So they are short. They have they're of Hispanic ancestry. Dark eyes. Their hair, however, is dyed a bright blue, and on one side it's got a very short cut and has some designs kind of cut into the hair. And the opposite side is a set of kind of tight cornrowish braids. They are wearing probably like jeans and a t-shirt and are looking around very confusedly. They ate very little food, mostly like fruit, and like there was no eggs or meat. There's a little bit of cheese, and they very clearly took one sip of the coffee and then set it aside.
Excellent.
It's hot and it's black. That's about the best you could say about it.
This is not coffee.
Daniel.
Daniel Gutierrez is a fresh-faced kid who is happy and animated and talking to folks. He has demolished a truly epic amount of food this morning because he's an 18-year-old boy, and that's what they do. His plate is clean. He's also cleaned part of the leftovers off the plates of his newfound friends on either side. Yeah, and so then, like, this dog came in, and we had, like, 6 dogs in already, and the vet was losing their mind. We just couldn't keep up with it all. And then they do puppies, and so we had 8 puppies, and then more on the way. It was adorable.
Aw. I love puppies.
I mean, how can you not love puppies? That's why they're so cute. Made to be loved.
Mm.
I'm much more of a cat person.
Cats are adorable, too. I love cats.
Felix.
Felix is just happily put away a bacon sandwich between waffles.
Like you do.
The breakfast of the freshman who has no rules anymore.
Right?
You could tell he experimented. One waffle sandwich was with syrup and one was without syrup. And you can tell by his face that the experiment was, the result is they're both delicious. He's somewhat tall. He's got brown hair and he's attempting to grow a beard. His clothes are clean and nice, but around the edges there's some stains, like from paint or dye or something, that he is apparently wearing proudly.
So, some of your instructions for after you finish breakfast was to play 2 truths and a lie among your group. Which I'm sure you've all been excitedly thinking of Two Truths and a Lie as you've been busily eating.
So should we do all three? Like, should I say all three of my statements at once?
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea.
Well,
And then as a group, we'll figure it out.
Since Felix only made 2 waffle bacon sandwiches, he probably finished first. Because we probably should have gotten a third.
Rancy, you still have food on your plate, so therefore you were not finished.
Well, the first question is: does everyone know how to play Two Truths and a Lie?
So to play Two Truths and a Lie, you say 3 statements, and one of them is not true, and the other 2 are true. And the goal is twofold. You want to kind of say things about yourself, and hopefully you can make it so that your new companions guess. They all try and guess which one is the lie, and you want them all to be wrong.
Yes.
So Felix, well, while you guys are finishing eating or poking things around your plate, it's nice to meet all of you. My favorite horse is named Sunapple. I'm a decent sculptor in clay, and I'm very excited to get away to this college.
Oh my God, you've got horses?
Oh man,
I love horses.
I haven't done much big animal veterinary, but wow, that's cool.
So let me guess. You're not really a good sculptor.
All right. What's the other people's guesses?
Like, what does his face do when
did I not get
Max
it?
says that?
Yeah, why don't we roll some dice?
Whoa, now.
Dice.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Mm.
Actually,
So it's a D20 plus our proficiency bonus plus our stat bump, right?
No, Paige, we're playing Essence 20 now. You got
okay, so I gotta say, because like I've been reading over the rules, and I think I am actually super excited to see how the math of this game works out, because I literally I functionally understand that I'm rolling a d20 plus an additional die if I've got skill ranks.
Yeah.
Or what are the equivalent of skill ranks. And I'm just like, I have no idea what that's going to do to my numbers. Like, what does it mean?
It does rattle you out of your ability to predict the results.
Okay, so Max, I'll need from you an alertness check, and I'll need from Felix, I'll need I think it's deception.
I'm indeed
Deception.
trying to keep the straightest of faces.
Yeah, I would classify that as a deception.
So I
because bluffing is in deception. I feel like that's kind of what this is.
I do have ranks in alertness, so I'm rolling.
I am also a poker player. Also, I don't have very much money.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm getting this right. I'm rolling a d20 plus my d4 for my alertness.
Ooh.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
You're looking to the depths of my soul.
Okay, I've only almost doubled hits.
Amazing.
Well, it seems like it's obvious to you that I, at least from my own opinion, am pretty good with clay.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. Are you not happy to be here?
I think it's the horse one. It's the horse one that's the lie.
Yes, it is the horse one that's the lie.
So, do you have a favorite horse and it's just not Sunapple? Or you just don't have a favorite horse?
My favorite horse his name is Red Hair.
Oh, okay.
Not Patches.
No, it's not Patches.
Is this an actual horse, or is this like a horse toy? Like
no, it is a real horse. Pretty much the only thing from my hometown I'm currently missing. I imagine eventually I'll miss my parents or brothers.
Maybe. College, it's a time to spread your wings and fly. It's fine.
You know, I think there are a couple places that you can actually ride just outside of town to the north. I mean, maybe we could go check those out sometime.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I'd be down for that.
Like,
Cool.
Max is now clearly trying to do some social damage control here. Why don't I go next? I mean, I've kind of grown up all over the place. I've lived in at least 10 different countries and more than half the United States. My dad is my hero and my inspiration. He was a fighter pilot for the Air Force. And my favorite animal, of course, the octopus. I mean, they can hide just about anywhere. It's pretty amazing.
So, what are your statements? There was a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That was 3 distinct statements.
He's lived all over the place.
She.
She. Sorry.
Yes.
She's lived all over the place. You've got that favorite animal, and
Her father
father's
is
Father
her
was
hero.
yeah,
All right, I'm just gonna go out on a limb.
Yeah.
You were cloned in a lab. No father. The middle one's the lie.
No. My dad,
Ah,
he was a fighter pilot.
Daniel twigs to the word was and kind of goes, ooh.
Is this cloning thing a common thing here in America? I thought it was only on their TV shows.
No, they're joking.
Oh.
well, I was going. I mean, if I had gotten it right, it would have been amazing.
So not the dad thing.
Um,
Please tell me you really like octopi.
yeah. I'm curious about that one. That's the one I think's a lie.
You're right. It's actually the cuttlefish. I mean, they're like octopi, but way cuter.
Okay, fair. That was not where I thought this was going to go, but I'm here for it.
That was a really, really like fine line. Yeah.
what? Where did you think it was going to go?
I thought she was going to say she hated octopus or something.
No, octopus are great. I mean, again, they're pretty amazing, but let's face it, they don't hold a candle to the cuttlefish.
Yep.
Do you
I mean, it is
distinguish
delicious.
between the cuttlefish and like a giant squid or something like that?
I mean,
I
they
hope
are
so.
2 very different animals.
All right. All right.
Are there cuttlefish around here? I'm not very familiar with the ocean.
I haven't gotten out to the beach yet. I just moved in. What was it? A week ago? Oh, geez, has it already been a week since move-in day?
Daniel is rapidly Googling on his phone, do cuttlefish live in the northwestern coast?
They definitely don't.
By which Paige means she is rapidly Googling.
Yeah, I actually don't
I
know.
don't know either. I think the water is probably too cold for them. Also, cat.
Manaus.
Anyways, yeah, we should take it down to the beach sometime. It's pretty amazing here. Arashi and I go down there like all the time.
Yes.
I really love the beach. I mean, just being under the open sky like that. Is there anything that is more refreshing than that?
I mean, I guess not.
I don't know. I haven't been.
I see a bunch of stuff about a Pacific tree octopus. I don't know what that is, but cuttlefish are generally not in North America. You're right, it's too cold.
Max will kind of lean over and look at what you found with you on your phone for a little bit.
Is there octopi in trees here?
That's what the web says.
All right,
I didn't
all right.
really look at the site, but
I mean, do you need to look at the site? Normally, the headline is everything you need to know.
I mean, I guess.
You don't think everything on the internet is true, do you?
I mean, no, but I haven't read it.
Enough of this. I'm gonna go. Yeah. All right. So my 3 things are I've been rescued by a killer whale. I can't curl my tongue, like rolled up into a tube.
Mm-hmm.
And I attend UCAG.
Well, if it's like the others, it's got to be the animal one, right? So let me
I
get.
mean, seems logical. It
You were
follows.
saved by an aquatic camel.
No, it's dolphins. Aren't they known for saving people?
They're known for interacting with people, yes.
Mhm.
No, wrong.
You were saved by a killer whale?
Yeah.
I got to hear the story on that one.
I mean, like one time I got like washed out like way too far, and I got really, really tired, and I almost like passed out. I lost my board. It was terrible. I kind of like passed out, but then like I woke up and I was being lifted up, and there's this giant shape under me, and it like, I don't know, it kind of like lifted me out of the water and just kept pushing me towards shore until I was like close enough where I could just get like, I could, use my remaining energy and swim in. It was crazy.
Isn't that like incredibly dangerous?
I mean,
Yeah, that's a big animal. Ooh.
beats
Well, it's probably
drowning.
less dangerous than drowning.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm not sure if you can opt out of the killer whale experience once the killer whale decides that you're having it.
Oh yeah, no, I had like no control over it at all. Like it was just happening to me.
Oh, I guess you've got a point there, Felix. Wait a minute. Are you actually a student here?
Well, I was last year. Now I'm just here for the free food.
Max kind of looks around.
She's really smart. Like, hats off to you, Betty. You're the smart one here.
I put away 2 of these burritos. I got like another one in my pocket over here. It's great. Like I'm set.
Didn't you say that you were like a metaphysics major or something?
What is a metaphysics?
I was.
I'm physics on Facebook?
No. Like like metaphysics applied. It's a whole thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
That must be a 200 level class.
I mean, I didn't make it that far. I kind of washed out. Well, not really washed out. I'm on a sabbatical. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Max isn't laughing, but I definitely am.
Yeah, no, Arasi is also not laughing. Like Arasi
Felix
actually leans in and is like, Betty, do you need for me to get a couple of burritos for you for later?
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
I will help you.
What about you? Arasi, was it?
Yes, what about me?
Did you have...
play the game. Play the game.
Yes.
Right. So UCAS
2
was my...
truths and a lie.
Yeah, no,
Just making sure.
Wait, was that one true? UCAS was my first big school. It was an Amazon tour guide, and I have a blue belt in capoeira.
Did you say Amazon tour guide? Like,
I'm thinking, like, are we talking like Prime or Pantanal?
Manaus.
Oh, okay. So from Brazil.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. I
I'm
didn't
from
know where
Brazil.
you're from.
I've never lived in South America before. I've heard the jungles down there really are breathtaking.
They will definitely take your breath and many other things away.
oh God.
So
I'm
you
stumped.
were really an Amazon tour guide? Like, for how long?
I was not.
Oh, you were not.
Oh, I thought it was the animal
No,
one.
I
Where you
don't know
have
anything
a,
about it.
where you have a,
That's not true. I know a little bit, but
I thought it'd be the animal one where you have a pet capybara.
no, that is martial arts. So I live with my uncle. He is the master of the school, and I am one of his assistant teachers.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Is
Yes.
that back home or here?
Oh no, it is here. That is why UCAS was my first big school, because I had someone to stay here and didn't have to worry about room and board are the two things. I didn't have to worry about where I was going to stay.
And apparently for board, you could just show up and eat.
Apparently, yes, but I think my scholarships pay for my tuition for the food. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, you have a
Scholar's
scholarship. Cool.
Yes.
What's your major? Or do you know?
I'm currently undecided,
Mm.
but I'm very interested in environmental policy.
Oh, neat.
I don't know if I have the patience for it. I can be, or I've been told that I can be very argumentative.
But like in a good way, right?
So who needed to go next?
Is that me then?
I think so.
I think so, yes.
Okay, 2 truths and a lie. I am afraid of heights. I once got bitten by a shark. I know how to fly a plane.
Animal one, you've never even seen a shark.
Incorrect. Daniel actually stands up and like
Oh,
stands on his chair
Whoa.
and turns around, and on the back of his leg, there's a little scar, maybe like 2 inches long. He's like, this shark was like almost a foot long. Like I felt so bad for it. It had laid into the back of my leg, and I was just like, "Oh, baby, come here!" No,
I
it was
like to
hilarious.
I like to
There was a lot
imagine-
of screaming.
as soon as you start kind of adjusting yourself, Max is like, "What? Whoa, whoa!" And then like gross curiosity kind of takes over.
Yeah, it's a very unremarkable scar.
I mean, do you know how to fly a plane? Because I've got my piloting license.
You do. That's very cool. I would like to know how to fly a plane.
Well, maybe we could take you up there sometime.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
I have to say that's pretty badass. It's like that one scene from Jaws where they're showing off all their scars.
Mhm.
Oh no, I don't qualify for any. Like I said, the shark was like this long. It was tiny.
Oh no, I mean that's still scary.
Arasi is like visibly disappointed.
Yeah.
Isn't saying anything.
So there's
Arasi's clearly like he's gonna pull up his shirt and there's gonna be like these giant like
Oh no,
Gnarly.
bite scars. Like he's gonna
Yeah.
be so badass. I didn't expect this, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, no, it is a bite that even a schnauzer would be like, really? That's it? That's all the bite you got?
I mean, did it hurt?
I mean, it did, but I mean, it was more surprised than anything. Not
Hmm.
as surprised as the shark, I think. But
Huh.
I had to peel him off the back of my leg while my sisters are in the water and they're screaming, and of course it bled, and then my mom is screaming and my dad is yelling, and I'm just like, I just need to get the shark out of here. And then I threw it back in the water.
That's intense.
Family sounds almost as loud as mine.
Well, I have 3 younger sisters who are all in middle school, so you can't use the bathroom in my parents' house because there's always somebody else in it, and they're going to be in there for an hour. And there's a lot of shrieking. It's very high pitched, happy, but just very high pitched.
So you guys hear kind of across the speaker system in the cafeteria, you hear kind of like a metallic clacking, which someone kind of tapping a mic to get everyone's attention.
Thank you so
kinda-
much for not doing that.
And kind of on kind of a slightly raised area in the cafeteria, a gentleman is standing trying to get everyone's attention. I'm definitely prepared in Roll20 to put this guy in a token layer. He says, "Hey, how's it going, everybody? For those of you who I haven't introduced myself to yet, I'm Zed Levenberg. And I am here to make sure all of you have a great time today at freshman orientation. I want to thank everyone for attending, and I think we're going to have a really great time today. We have a lot of fun events set up, prepared, and I know everyone's going to have a great time. So once everyone's finished with food, no rush. Next, we're going to set up for our scavenger hunt. Some of my assistants are kind of handing out forms now. So that you and your group can go out and do a fun scavenger hunt. Don't forget, we are keeping score, and we have a couple what I like to consider pretty cool prizes once we're done here today. So keep an eye out for that. So don't forget to send back all of the pictures from the scavenger hunt and and everything back to me. So, one of the students kind of in the back raises their hand and says, how do I figure out which group I'm in? He's like, oh, that's really easy. And he kind of lifts up his badge and kind of flips it over. It says, on the back, everyone will have a sticker that has like a creature and a color, right? So you might be a red Tyrannosaurus Rex or a black mastodon, or you might be, a blue Triceratops, right? Something like that. So just group up with your group, and you'll be able to find yourselves.
I understood that reference.
Yeah, that was real good.
All right, Joe, ready to kick ass and take names. Max looks at the back of her badge.
Green dragon.
Oh, I got a green lizard.
Definitely has wings.
Interesting. I also got a green dragon.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay, yeah, I see it.
Oh, look, you too.
So if you have any trouble finding a group, just let me know, and everybody enjoy the scavenger hunt, and we'll meet back here for lunch.
Woo!
Max already has a clipboard and a camera ready to go. Like, she is ready to win this thing.
Yeah, I think we probably can win this, considering we have a ringer.
Right? Betty, tell me you're a green dragon. Let me put it this way. If you weren't a green dragon before, you are now.
I mean, sure, yeah. Yeah.
There can't be that many different campus, interesting places. And I imagine the scavenger hunt was all the same ones last year.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, they did. And the prize they gave away was terrible.
I was going to say, I think the prize is that you learn to trust the system and against to your master students.
No, you definitely shouldn't do that.
Looking up from her clipboard, Max says, all right, guys, I think this one is in the... What are y'all looking at?
I don't know.
Well, this one's in the dining hall, so we could probably knock that one out. I think this one might be the library. I'm not sure about these two. Betty, do they have a computer lab here on campus somewhere? They've got to, right?
They've got a couple of them.
Well, there we go. I mean, we could just easily knock out those three. Bing, bam, boom.
Well, the library is on the other side of campus, so we should see what's between here and there and hit that, right? It only makes sense.
This one, probably some sort of administration office. I think that's on the way over there.
That's what I was looking for. I was like, do we have a list of places, or is this just yes-anding? Because I'm good with either.
No.
Do you not see the thing I shared with you, Ben?
I do now. It
Okay,
took
great.
a second, and now so does our home audience.
Yay!
So,
well, we may or may not
read-
want to.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
We may or may not want to actually win, because last year the prize was a microwave, which I guess was of such low quality that my friend who won it, she used it for a little while, and then it caught fire and burned down her entire dorm room.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, it really sucked. So they don't spend a lot of money or care about the welfare of their students very much, apparently. Yeah.
So one thing I think we should go see is the one that says there's painting and sculptures, creative things to see. Guess it yet? The campus gallery. Like, Felix said he did sculpture.
Yeah.
I would love to get a professional's opinion on art. I mean, I'm in.
So do we just go these places and take pictures? Like for the second one, should we just take a picture where we are now and we've accomplished it?
I mean,
sounds good.
Done. I hold up the camera of all of us talking. Done.
Well, no. It is extra points for office employees, but we're in the cafeteria. Clearly, we should go back over and take a picture with the serving chefs.
Yeah.
I mean, you're trying to win this, right? I do not care, but I want you to get what it is you want out of this.
I mean, not if they're going to give me a crummy microwave.
I mean, you don't know. Maybe they got a bigger budget this year.
Yeah, the prize could be different.
All right, let's do it. And Max is going to kind of usher everybody over to the serving line and get everybody to do a pose for the camera.
My pose will be holding
Everybody do it.
a new waffle bacon sandwich.
That sounds
Excellent.
great. I will graciously ask whoever looks like they're somewhat available to smile with us as we do this crazy thing.
Oh, sure. I'd love to take a picture with you kids.
It's just so nice of you. People here are so nice.
She does a pose.
Or are they?
All right. So after we get our picture, I think we head out to the gallery.
Yeah.
I'm game.
Sounds
I hear this school has a pretty decent arts program, all things considered.
Really? Cool. Didn't know that.
Head over to the art
I
gallery.
mean, that's why you're here, right?
Well, I'm not going to major in art. It's more of a hobby.
Oh, okay. Did you say what you were majoring in?
I'm undecided, but probably something like engineering or something.
Nice.
All right, you guys head over to the art gallery. It's not a 5-6 rooms in total, right? But like, there's a fair amount out there, right? Like 2 of the rooms are student art, and 2 of the rooms are like the school's collection of famous frou-frou art, functionally
Ooh.
Fancy.
fancy art.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy art.
I will not spend any time explaining the art. I'll just look at it very intently. Like I'm paying a lot. Felix is paying a lot less attention to the rest of you than he was before. He's very engrossed in the art.
So should we do something like all copy a pose in front of a picture? With one of the docents, maybe?
Ooh.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Heresy, that is an amazing idea. What about this one? And Max will kind of pose kind of like a student's imitation of a painting of the thinker.
That's good.
That is
They have
very, very
This
good.
is a high class place. It's got a painting of the thinker.
It's a painting of a
It's
sculpture.
Student's painting of the thinker. Shut up! I couldn't think of anything else.
I guess we're all doing it now.
Madame is a fine artist to at least default to.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the docents, one of the guards is happy to, one of the guides is happy to take a picture with all of you.
Excellent.
Are you guys doing that? Are you guys doing the scavenger hunt?
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. I hope you guys have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I heard
so
they
far-
have a really great prize this year.
Do you know what it is?
Oh, that would be telling.
Got it.
Eddie makes a face, kind of like the Austin Prize last year.
No, it's much better than last year's prize.
They knew it was part of a recall last year. They knew that before they gave it away.
I don't think they did. I think they discovered that afterwards.
Is that why they were able to get it so cheap? I mean,
Yes.
Wow.
Our
Good
chat
luck.
is on fire.
yes.
Betty's like, all right, so now what's this clue here about Pell and Tap and so forth?
Student loans, baby.
Let's
I know
go
that
there.
one.
And look at these rocks here. We're gonna throw them all through the window and we'll take a picture of ourselves doing that.
Yeah,
I like this
no.
Yeah. No, right there. It's right there. It's just down the walk there. We could just all throw a rock through the window and take a picture of ourselves doing it.
I'm
Maybe a
pretty
video.
sure that's not cool, Betty.
Have you seen the paperwork they got you signed up for?
Yeah,
Believe me, I have.
I was very
What to
grateful.
say?
With their help, I was able to afford to come here.
Betty, it's also not
No.
No.
Betty, it's also not their fault that we have to do all that paper. I mean, it feels like it'd be pretty mean to take it out on the people in the offices. Then they just have to compile our papers in the cold of the evening air.
But it would
All right.
feel so good. It feels so good to me.
Let's,
I mean,
let's
no, we could help them stay warm. We could take care of the paperwork problem. We just have to throw Molotovs instead.
Let's
Right? So, like, I would just like to state for the record, I'm a little uncomfortable with committing felonies on kind of my first date with y'all. So maybe let's do that next.
Let's try and find a lecture
mean-
hall. So we did.
Heresy, you do know the quote from Terry Pratchett, right? Build a man a fire and he'll stay warm for a day. Set a man on fire and he'll be warm for the rest of his life.
True.
You know, I had not heard that one, but I do like it quite a bit, especially when it is, lenders, police officers, people like that.
Police officers, ACAB. Yep.
So we'll go to a lecture hall, a nice empty lecture hall. Well,
Empty lecture hall.
we
Okay.
can count the seats together.
I
Hey,
can,
Betty, which lecture hall is the biggest one you know on campus?
Huh.
At least 50 seats.
I think that'd be Bailey. Yeah, no, it's where they do the intro to the psych class, and that thing's huge.
Oh, okay. All right. I have no idea where that is. Can you-
Yeah, it's down this way. Betty will
Cool.
lead everyone along this map that I can't actually see anymore.
Sure.
This is not nearly as large as I thought it would be, but
Well, it's the picture I had, so that's what you get.
yep, this is the biggest one.
Betty's like, I imagine something more grand.
Ooh, no,
Like,
guys, I
the
got
thing
it.
is, you nerds are thinking of the lecture halls at freaking Georgia Tech. Like, schools that are not Georgia Tech size tend to have smaller lecture halls.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I am definitely thinking of the lecture hall to Georgia.
Page,
I'm thinking of
This
my
is
int-
just-
go ahead.
this is just the upper balcony of the
Oh.
theater.
Ah.
That makes sense. It's the mezzanine.
All right,
That makes sense.
so we're gonna vandalize this place and take a picture of ourselves here, right?
I do not think so. This is a place of learning, not a place of usury or imprisonment.
No, go back and look at your loan paperwork again. It is a place of misery.
Is there anyone around that represents the essence of a lecture hall?
Hey, what about that professor over there? They look hapless.
I think that's a grad student, not a professor.
Oh, that's why they look so hapless.
Yes.
I mean, I could take a picture with you all, I guess. I mean, are you guys doing the freshman scavenger hunt?
Yeah,
Ding,
that's
Yeah.
right.
ding.
Yeah, I'm happy to take a picture. All I mean, I TA here, so it totally counts.
Would it change if we were not doing the scavenger hunt?
It'd be weirder, I guess, that you want to take a picture with me, but
Quick, take the picture before we change our mind.
I hope you guys don't win the microwave this time. I mean,
Oh yeah.
woo!
That's what we've been told.
You know, it'd be
Jeez.
amazing if it was the same microwave.
I mean, I mean, legally, I don't think you could give someone a broken, charred microwave, but like, maybe. I mean,
Why is the door melted off of it?
Let
Oh
this
no,
be
they
a
fixed it.
warning.
It just has this exciting smell that comes with it. It's to give you the real
listen,
wood fire
just
experience.
do not make popcorn in it.
Mm.
If you value your life, do not make popcorn in it.
Or else he immediately thinks, "Oh, okay, then I won't make popcorn, but I'll warm up fish in it." Got it.
They're just going to make you sign a really long waiver
Wow.
before they give it to you this year.
Yeah.
Hersey, who's your roommate?
Remember, I live off campus.
Well-
this is a joke.
I feel
Ah.
bad for your uncle then.
No,
Oh,
we
microwaving fish.
avoid using microwave when we can. It takes a lot of the soul out of the food.
I agree.
Interesting.
All right, so we're done here.
I think is the library right next door.
Yeah, it is. I think it's we just go through that hall over there. It's actually connected to Bailey.
Okay,
Oh, it's so
Cool.
grand.
Haven't been to the library before.
That
this
is a very
is
big library.
impressive.
Is that?
These are all from UCLA's campus.
Let's
I was
get
about
up
to
in
say, I
the rotunda.
recognize that library.
It's fine. This is all shot on location in sunny LA. It's fine. Don't worry
Excellent,
about it.
excellent.
Fair.
All right, so you guys head inside.
Yeah.
Yep, gonna see a lot of this place for the next 4 years.
I mean, it looks like they might have some study halls down there. That's good to know. Maybe we can meet up and study together, Daniel.
Yeah, what classes are you gonna be taking? Do you know?
I mean, I'm an engineer major, so I don't know exactly what I've taking, but like right now they've still got me in all the 101 classes. So
yeah, I'm gonna be a biology major, so I'll see you in chemistry.
yeah, well, I'll need help with that for sure.
Oh, I love chemistry. It'll be fun.
Yeah, too many abbreviations for me.
And yet you're going into engineering?
Different kinds of abbreviations.
Cool. I dig it. Let's go see if that guy will take a picture with us before he starts shushing us. Like, do they still shush you in college libraries?
It depends on which part of the library. At least.
Let's get our picture taken in front of this copy of the Gutenberg Bible they've got here.
Is it a copy? So is it a picture of the Gutenberg Bible?
No.
It's a picture of a copy.
It's a picture of a painting of the Gutenberg Bible.
Right.
Everything here is a secondhand source.
It's an artistic representation of the Gutenberg Bible.
It's not even the Gutenberg. It's not even the representation of the Gutenberg Bible. It's someone's ideas about the Gutenberg Bible and what's in it.
Betty, you hear kind of a strange noise down one of the stacks, right? One of the halls.
Yeah, I mean, Betty will peek her head down and be like, "Whoa, what was that? What does that sound like?"
You kind of hear it again, but you don't see anyone in the stack.
Did you hear that? Was that? Betty will turn to the others and go, "That
Hear what?
that was like someone's phone going off that I heard, right? Like, what kind of sound was it?"
Kind of like it's like a high pitched pinging almost.
Do you hear that? It's like,
Yeah, somebody's about to get shushed.
Do you think somebody left their phone back there?
yeah, it sounds like someone's
Probably.
trying to find their phone, but
Maybe it's a bonus area for the scavenger hunt.
Seems unlikely. The kind thing to do is to give this poor person back their phone. Let's do that.
yeah. Here, come on, and Betty
You all now hear it kind of pinging this pinging sound.
You hear that,
It's
right?
different than the find my iPhone noise. Is that an Android thing?
Whatever it is, I'm gonna go take a look.
Sure. So you head down the stack, and the noise kind of gets a little louder, and you eventually kind of hear it. It sounds like it's actually in between two books, right? You see, it's almost like they vibrate when you hear the pinging.
Wow, that person's never gonna find their phone. I'm glad we heard it.
Betty will reach out and
Sure.
pry these two books apart. Be like, "Hey, did someone leave their phone between two books?"
Yeah. So you pry it out, and instead of finding two books, you find a strange golden coin.
Is it vibrating?
No?
Whoa!
See, I told you it was a bonus for the scavenger hunt.
You gotta pick it up, and it's warm to the touch.
It is a prize. It's gonna catch on fire in my hand.
What?
All of a sudden, the ground begins to vibrate.
Is
Is that an earthquake?
Yeah, definitely an earthquake. What do you guys do?
Doorway.
Yeah, quick.
Everybody get to a doorway.
I also look to see if there's somebody like with headphones on that can't hear it, or who's mobility limited and might have trouble getting to a doorway.
Sure, make me an alertness check.
I'm not sure how much hearing influences your ability to perceive an earthquake.
I know
never
what
know.
she meant.
I'm just imagining the five of us shoved into one doorway like a clown car.
Yeah.
That'll increase the stability.
Alertness is D4.
Ooh, big
I mean,
old
at the
D4.
very least, we need to get everybody out from in between the stacks.
Yeah.
It is a good place to get your head bonked.
Is it still shaking?
Ooh.
You're currently making a check.
Wow,
Oh.
Paige.
Wow, yeah. You will learn
Paige?
every
Nice.
sensory.
So yeah,
character.
you look around and you notice a couple of people who are kind of moving a little slowly, and you kind of rush to help them along to get to sort of a safe place, so not in between two stacks of books on
Right.
either side.
No, man, I realize you're from Georgia and you've never been in an earthquake before, but no, you got to move over here.
Eventually, you all make your way to a doorway yourselves after you get everyone kind of situated, and you're kind of all by yourself. Like the way it worked out, you're kind of the only people you can currently see. It's actually kind of weird, right? Like you got a bunch of people situated. You went to get your own place, and like you just can't see anyone. Then the next thing you all experience is a kaleidoscope of color in front of your vision. It is. It's not nauseating, but it is bizarre beyond belief. You feel a sense of motion that is totally inexplicable. Like your stomachs kind of drop out for a moment as you feel this like rush of motion.
Am I tripping?
Whoa!
Is this just me?
And then all of a sudden, you find yourself standing in a strange location.
Oh, this was the one on the scavenger hunt that I couldn't identify.
Wait,
I
what?
don't think
Where
this
are
is
we?
campus anymore.
Anything you've ever seen, the walls kind of glow and pulse with a strange light. Like there's clearly lots of damage, right? There's a number of strange pylons that have been kind of knocked over. There's kind of a circle of the center of like these consoles. You're not entirely sure what they go to. Kind of at the far end, there's this like flickering column of light that like flickers in, then flickers out, and then flickers in and flickers out.
Is everybody okay?
Think so?
Did we fall into the basement or something?
I mean, it looks like is this an engineering lab? I don't recognize any of this stuff.
I will look up.
There is a domed ceiling above you.
All right. I will strongly suspect I've been past something. Most.
I mean, do I recognize any of this tech as like a functional piece of equipment?
I mean, you see a lot of light, and light normally means power.
Yeah.
As far as like recognizing the purpose, absolutely not.
How about the door?
You do not see a door.
I have a couple points in technology. Can I go around and consider some of this and see what I think?
Yeah, absolutely. You can make me roll.
Is there any sort of assisting role here? Because
Yeah,
I
you can.
also have tech and would like to help.
You
with
can
that.
assist. It gives Paige a shift.
Ooh. All right. So I will help Daniel by kind of checking out the machines that he's not looking at to see if there's any sort of connection between them.
Sure.
All right, and because it's a shift, I normally roll it a d4, so I'm rolling it a d6.
Yep.
That's right.
And then we jump up and high five together.
Correct.
High five, Coda!
Woo!
Wow. So clearly, Paige just needs to get away from D&D because she's
My rolls have
She's been
been
fire.
awe-inspiring.
in a row.
Well, she's got the premium Roll20 subscription. so-
I
it just-
do, and that has not helped me in the past.
It
I've
slightly
had
alters.
that same sub for a decade now.
So you begin looking around, and like I said before, right? Like everything is clearly powered, right? Like there's clearly power running through the stuff. That's like you don't get light without that. But like the
That's
technology,
not true. You could have chemical lights.
you can tell that these are electrical lights, right? You can tell that they are electrically powered, right? Just because of the way they interact with the items around them. But like a lot of the consoles and everything looks really baffling to you, right? Like it's
Betty-
like it's like a madman created it as far as you can tell. Like it doesn't make any sense, but with that high of a roll, right? Like you're like right on the verge, like you, part of you's like a crazy person made this, but like you're like it makes a little bit of sense. Like you kind of feel at the edge of your mind, like if you had some time and maybe this wasn't so damaged, right? Because there's so much damage in this entire chamber. Maybe you could start to make sense of it, but right now it's really baffling.
Like,
Is
this
anything-
is some Elon Musk supervillain layer Tesla sort of stuff here.
Right, like there are labels, and like the labels aren't written in any language you've ever seen or any alphabet you've ever seen. It's
It seems like we've been this feels like a UFO, man.
Rossi.
Rossi is, while everyone else is looking at technology and all this stuff, Rossi's going to be like, hello?
You do not get a response.
Are there any buttons that are large and red?
Ooh.
You do not see any large red push me buttons.
Are they willing to compromise with the blue or green?
But the column at the far end does continue to kind of flicker in and
Well,
out.
I'm excited by flickering lights, so we'll head that way.
Sure.
Joe, is there any indication as to what caused the damage? Like, is this consistent with like earthquake damage? Not that I know what that necessarily looks like, but
maybe. I mean, like it's pretty extensive, right?
There's not like scorch marks everywhere, are there?
No, there are not any scorch marks.
Or
Are there-
carbon scoring.
There
Are there any-
you do not see any scorch marks or carbon storing.
Are there any bodies?
There are not. There are not. Though there are a couple of like splatters of clay, both on the ground and across a couple of walls.
Clay, you say? I will
Yeah.
investigate the clay.
Sure. We'll deal with that in a second. So you head, Ben. You head over to the column of light. And
Yes,
as
Rossi
you-
heads that way.
Arasi. Sorry, heads to column light. Sorry, still getting used to new character names. Apologize.
Sorry.
Arasi, they head up to the column of light, and as you get kind of close, the column flickers a couple of times, and then kind of becomes solid. And you can kind of see a figure in the light. It's an older gentleman, and he seems to be wearing some strange armor. And kind of as you watch him, he kind of takes off his helmet, and he kind of looks in the room, and you kind of hear, all of you hear kind of a booming voice, almost like it's amplified, say, "If you're seeing this, then our plan has worked. You don't know it yet, but you are the Power Rangers, the most mighty defenders of the Earth. I wish this could have gone differently, but, well, we made a mistake, and now you all are paying for it. But we have a plan to fix it, and it starts with you. But before you can get this started, you need to find the power coins and the morphers. They have to be somewhere in there. They have to be. You got to find them, and once you find them, then we can begin."
Best
And then the
scavenger
column-
hunt ever.
And the light column kind of flickers again, and the gentleman disappears.
Wait,
Rossi, what
Like,
did you
this
do?
is better than any escape room I've ever been in. Like, the production values on the scavenger hunt are immense.
I don't care if the prize is a diuretic chinchilla. I'm still going to get all.
And like as the light kind of flickers, you hear someone shout in the you hear like kind of echoing in the background as the light column kind of dims. You hear, "Tommy, they're coming," and then the figure kind of turns suddenly as the light column disappears.
Was that like a Star Wars hologram, like Princess Leia style?
Well, no,
cartoon?
like,
What just happened
remember
there?
when they did the concerts with Tupac, where they had the hologram of him? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
Don't
that hard
spend
to
too
do,
much
I
time
think.
being impressed. We got to find these coins.
Why is that
Joe-
dude's mistake our problem now, though?
Joe, having
That's just part of the
seen
scavenger hunt, Betty.
having
Oh.
seen the coin that Betty found earlier, like I look around to see if we see any of those.
Sure, make me an awareness test.
Yeah, do I still have my coin?
You do not.
Oh,
So
I had it in my hand.
you did.
What? What is
Uh,
a Power Ranger?
I don't know.
We should have taken notes.
So
I-
Felix, you kind of approached as Arasi was approaching the column of light in the distance, right at the kind of the front, for lack of a better term, of this area. You approached one of these puddles of clay,
Yes.
and you kind of poked at it a little bit, right? Like, it's definitely clay, right? And as you kind of stand up and kind of watch the message, you kind of look back down, and the clay is starting to move.
What?
I wouldn't call myself an expert in clay, but in my opinion, clay is not supposed to move. I will immediately make a yelping noise and
What's
probably
happening?
jump straight up in the air like a foot or so. We might have a time limit on the coins. This clay is moving around. Maybe they're being like shuffled off to another room or something. We should look fast.
Okay. So
Did it sound
Max,
like he said the clay was moving?
It did say that the clay was. But listen, just like put it in like a jar or something.
Max, you do not, with your 10, you do not immediately see anything.
Does it look like we have a jar around here, Betty?
You know, if we had more than one jar.
It doesn't look like sculpting grade clay anyway. Maybe the coin's under it though.
Okay, guys, I'm starting to think that this isn't so much a game, and if it is in really bad taste. I mean, there's not even a door to this place.
The door will open once we find all the coins. Duh.
Leave the coins
Yeah,
in
escape
leave
rooms
the coins in the
I'm
clay.
not okay with that. I didn't sign up for this.
Betty is going to
It's
plunge her
fine.
hand into the moving clay.
Oh, wow.
Just like, I bet it's
Wow.
in there somewhere.
You feel like a sucking, like it's like trying to pull your hand in almost.
Oh, that's weird. It's there's some kind of suction in there.
And the clay continues to travel, like kind of like forming into like almost like growing. And you actually notice there are a couple other clay, like a lot of the other clay puddles are kind of starting to do the same thing.
When you say growing, are these like coalescing?
Yeah, coalescing is a good word, right? Like the various clays that were around are kind of pulling
weird.
in.
Like
Maybe
T1000ing together.
How
Sure.
many puddles are there? Are there 5 puddles?
Yeah, there are 5 puddles.
Maybe there's 5. This is where the coins are. I'll look at the center of where it's forming for a coin.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure,
Betty
make me an
will
awareness test.
try to jam her arm deeper into the clay.
Clearly, Joe, the reason I got such a bad alertness test is because I've switched from looking for the coins to looking for the doors, and I am this close to just pushing buttons.
I am going to use my opportunity to look for a coin or a morpher.
Oh, bold looking for a morpher. You can literally make anything up and be like, I found a morpher. And what are we supposed to say?
Okay, so Ron, you kind of examine the clay very carefully, and
As Felix is wont to do.
And Felix does not seem to think that there is any kind of object inside of this clay that is continuing to kind of coalesce. Betty, you kind of push your arm a little deeper in, and then you feel an intense pain along your arm.
Go! And now,
And you take 1 point of damage.
oh no, that's a lot
As
of
you
damage.
pull your
That's a
arm
lot
out,
of
you actually have a
damage.
pretty
That's a lot of
you have an extremely deep gash along your arm.
Ow!
Okay.
What happened?
Does it
Are you
look
okay,
like-
Betty?
I've been stabbed.
Does it look like a half of your health is gone, or like a third, or
Or are you
For
just
people
dead
who
now?
aren't familiar with the Essence 20 system, starting characters and Power Rangers may have between 1 and 4
and-
health, maybe 1 and 5.
1 in 5? Yeah.
I
So-
mean,
So
1 point of damage
Betty's freaking
is
out here.
significant.
Yeah, it's an extremely blood is it is an extremely deep cut.
I
right.
will try and bind your wound with my shirt.
All right,
Sure.
make a medicine
what kind
roll.
of check would that be? Medicine?
Science.
Science.
Yes.
Yes,
covers
I
medicine.
was
Science?
looking that up.
Make me a science roll.
All right.
Are you skilled in science?
I am skilled in science.
Ooh. He's pre-engineering. Of course, he's in science.
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. So you quickly, you have some skill in treating wounds, having lived on a farm for quite a while, right? Occasionally not this bad. This is a pretty bad wound, but like you have some first aid. So you quickly kind of, rip a strip off of your shirt and kind of bind the wound so the bleeding, tourniquet a little bit so the bleeding stops at the very least, She's definitely going to need stitches at some point, but For right now, this is certainly a good stopgap.
Screw the coins. We need to find the door. Do any of the panels look like a door?
Yeah.
No, none of the panels look like a
good
door.
Call.
The pools continue to coalesce.
Betty, even though she's a little woozy right now, is going to use her brain power and try to figure out what's going on with these panels. Like, they have to make some kind of sense. Maybe the coins come out of the machines.
Like a reverse slot machine.
Yeah.
Sure.
So putting a coin into play.
Make me a technology roll.
Okay. Oh my god. How this? All right. So I'm doing. Oh god. No, I should just copy that thing over there.
Hold your arm
start
above
pushing
your head.
buttons,
Hold your arm above your head.
I'm not gonna lie, Betty. I'm right there with you.
You just start pushing buttons. They do nothing, as far as you can tell. Right? They seem to have absolutely no effect.
I don't understand what's going on here at all.
Is there any? So there's all this broken machinery. Is there any of it that is sparking or smoking or surprisingly hot?
Sure. Make me an alertness test.
I will be happy to do that thing. Let's find out how my dice like this game. 13.
Actually, I should have given you re-roll that again. I should have given you an edge there because that's a good idea.
What's the benefit of an edge?
He re-rolls the d20.
So I'll keep the 13.
Nice. Sure. I mean, with a 13 and with the approach that you're taking, I think it's reasonable. That you notice that like the center console is actually a lot hotter than any of the surrounding consoles.
Ooh, if it's hot, maybe that means it's a morpher.
Or it's about to catch fire. One of the two.
It might be a microwave.
It might be a microwave.
So Rossi is going to unwrap the 2 burritos they stole or they collected for Betty because it wasn't stealing because they have paid for them.
Sure.
Is going to wrap them around their hands quickly, and then is going to try to scoop clay and throw it at the hot console because I know when clay gets hot, it becomes hard and brittle.
Sure. So you kind of go over to the clay, and as you kind of pull on it, it pulls back.
Oh, then no, none of that. None of that.
It's trying to eat your burrito.
Why are you feeding the clay burritos? That
At this point, all of the
burritos are over there. This is just the foil.
At this point, all the clays have kind of coalesced into like a ball about, one of those, like almost like medicine ball size, each of them.
All
right.
And like it seems like all the clay is now like in these balls, right? There's no like more clay on the walls.
Joe, I'm gonna give up on pushing buttons. Is there any sort of way to access the wiring of these panels or anything of that sort? Like I'm now past, pushing
like
buttons.
A number of these have damage and like has exposed wiring underneath, though it's like strange, like crystalline, like things. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Ooh, okay. So there was a projector of sorts, right?
Yeah, up at the kind of the north part, for lack of a better term, of the.
If this thing can receive messages, maybe it can send one out. Can somebody help me fiddle with this thing to see if we can get it to do anything?
I'll pull out my cell phone. Do I have any bars?
You do not have any bars.
Damn it. Sorry, that was the best I could do.
Yeah, I already checked mine.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll look around.
Some real high test escape rooms Faraday cage their rooms so you can't use your phone to help you.
Is that supposed to calm me down or freak me out?
I was aiming for calming you down, but hear me out. If this is an escape room, which clearly it is, we just got to find these coins, and we got to be kind of, I don't know, disciplined about how we look for it. So Daniel's going to start looking around to see what the best place of attack is.
This is an escape room. After someone got injured, they would let us out.
I mean, if it was
Daniel, make me an alertness check.
if it was about
Rossi.
the same size as the one we found earlier, then we know what we're looking for, at least part of it.
All of the medicine balls have begun to kind of elongate, growing taller.
That worries me for some reason. I don't know why.
Rossi is going to help Daniel look. I have points in alertness, and because I am a teacher, I will give you edge in addition to your shift up.
Nice. So I'm rolling D6 and 2D20. Let me just put this into our friend. Roll 20.
Nice.
15.
Okay. So you continue kind of looking around, and what you notice is like, the center console is very warm, and there's actually seems to be light coming out of it. There seems to be some kind of center chamber, and so you kind of head over there and you kind of pry the front panel off of it. Inside you see 5 vibrating coins,
Woohoo!
as well as 5 rectangular shapes that have kind of a hole in the center of them.
I scoop them up in my hands and show them to the rest of the team. We got them.
You reach out and you feel the warmth, but as you pick them up, they're actually cool to the touch.
Weird.
What'd you find there?
The stuff, I think.
All right, open the door.
The column of light
Tommy?
flickers. The column of light flickers again, and this time it is a different individual. And he says, "You found them. You need to hold them and say it's morphing time. Trust me, it'll work."
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? We have injured
There's
people
not a
here.
response.
I reach out for one of the devices and a coin.
He says, "I'm beginning the transfer. I should be there soon."
Transfer?
And
Transfer
the
credits?
column winks out again.
I once again, in this strange situation, drawn towards where blinky lights are.
Sure.
And now that I have this weird device and a coin with a coin space slot, I apply coin to slots.
Yep, it fits in.
And then go, "It's morphin' time!"
Why did you do that? He just knows. It
just felt like the right thing to do. I don't know.
We just got instructions to do that.
So you're very lawful in instruction following.
You feel an incredible rush of energy, something you've never experienced before. As you feel empowered and strengthened, and a suit forms over you. Black suit forms over you.
Oh, look at that.
What? Whoa! What?
Okay. So Max,
I don't know what happened. I don't know what is this. I
Can
feel
you
so
breathe in
powerful.
there? Can you breathe in there?
Max will
Yeah,
take
it's weird. It's got this, and I tap against the plastic mouth.
It's
Max-
metal. It's future metal.
You have
Max
lips.
will take
but
a coin.
but they're metal. That's weird.
and one of the rectangular devices, and following Erisi's example, slide the coin in and hold it out and say, "It's morphing time."
And you also feel this incredible rush of energy. It's totally indescribable, right? It's like you have this awakening of awareness that you never could have imagined. And again an armor forms over you as well.
Maxine, no! Why would you do that? This is nothing like last year's scavenger hunt.
And you feel, and you see, everyone sees a pink armor cover Maxine.
Woo!
This is.
Do you see Coda's grin? He got
Strange.
the sweetest little grin.
The pools of clay have now kind of lengthened to 3/4 human size, and then part of the clay kind of lifts up and forms a second orb over it, and then like appendages start to emerge from the clay, both arms and legs.
Guys, can y'all do what he says so we can get out of here?
All right, I'm not going to be the last to do this thing. And Betty will grab coin and box and it's morphin' time.
And again, you feel the same rush of energy pass over you, the same kind of heightening of your awareness as a red suit of armor emerges over you.
I just drank a bunch of Four Locos.
but it's like they'll never end.
Oh, weird.
All right, Daniel, let's finish this up at the same time.
Daniel's like nervous and is trying really hard not to drop everything as he's holding it in his hands, and his hands are sweaty, and this is nerve-wracking. So he and then it's morphin' time.
It's morphin' time.
Both of you again feel the same rush of energy as a blue armor forms over Daniel and a yellow arm forms over Felix.
Ooh.
Can I talk in this thing?
Yeah, totally.
Play for a moment. Oh,
You
I
don't.
can't
You
talk.
actually. You feel totally. You can. But you don't even notice it.
Okay.
My mouth feels weird.
So now what?
Is there a
Tommy?
door?
Yeah.
Are you here?
Right. Now our overlay has been adjusted for all of our ranger colors.
Excellent.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I'm going more and
Some
more
fast
concerned by these humanoid-esque puddles of
So
putty.
as you all finish transforming, these strange creatures seem to have finished their transformation as well, and they kind of form into these humanoid shapes, and then they all, in unison, go on the. Don't on the token layer. They all in unison kind of turn and look at you and begin to approach your group.
Well, I think we should turn and look at them in unison.
Let's have some initiative.
What's
Initiative.
Ersi, you said you Arasi. You just got to keep telling me.
I will.
Arasi, you said you knew a fighting style, right?
Yeah.
Care to give us any words of wisdom?
Or we're just what do I do first?
Yeah, capybara them. Yeah. What? Did I say something wrong?
I just have this image of like the Great Capoeira Council hearing this and sending some goons to your house in the middle of the night to educate you.
Did dance fight me to death?
Yes.
Because now I'm a Sentai. What Arasi does is you go
Bam!
fight them.
Cool. And for everybody at home who might not know, how do we roll initiative, Ben?
Right.
So initiative is a skill.
Ooh,
bruh.
So if you look on your skill list, it's under speed. And you will roll the d20 plus your die in initiative. If you don't have a die in initiative, you will roll 2 d20s and take the lower, which is also called having a snag. And that's what you do for any untrained skill roll.
Ooh.
Ooh,
My rolls in this
so
game are off the chain.
If you don't have a skill, you automatically get a snag?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
It's almost like trading in something benefits you.
My rolls are so terrible.
It's like Andrew and I have traded places. I dig it.
What happened here?
I don't know, but I'm all for it.
I feel like I'm using the cheat code for just terrible results.
Okay, everybody go ahead and put in their initiative. And I will definitely
How do
go
we do
look
that?
up. Just like go change the number and hit enter
I
on
can't.
Yeah, I can't
Sadly,
do
we
this.
cannot.
why?
It's not a thing I
Be
can do.
assigned to us.
You are assigned the fine. This is a roll 20 problem. I'm gonna enter some initiative stuff now. Okay, I'm just gonna call Black. What's your initiative?
11.
11. Red.
6.
6. Pink.
I got a 12.
12. Blue.
18.
18.
Wow.
My rolls in this
Yellow.
game are off.
16.
I definitely need to roll a put. Let me roll a putty initiative real quick.
Put all my points in the wrong places. This is gonna
Oh,
be
yes.
great.
Okay, so real quick, just while Joe is doing some
Yeah, do we need to add some more essence points?
Yeah, do we need to finish some character sheets real quick?
Yeah, go
We
for it.
do. So when you get your roll or choose your roll, you get a couple of more essence points and some skills, which might be helpful. For instance, as the Black Ranger, I get another point of might, which is really good for punching people. So,
Okay. I mean, as the Pink Ranger, though, actually, this might be for all of the Rangers. Bennett has this thing called a personal power capacity. What?
yes.
What that?
So you can spend your personal power capacity to do special moves. I'm not sure if we have any at first level. I need to look that up.
Okay. Okay, well, I've got 2 speed and a social essence.
And also, when you're morphed, your toughness counts as 2 higher.
Yes. Well, actually, for
By your
I guess
armor
it
training?
depends. I guess it depends on your armor.
yeah, so Betty's is actually +4, I think,
Oh.
right? Because you get heavy.
Yeah, it says. Well, it says. I mean, I have armor training, light, medium, and heavy.
Yep.
Oh
So
my
your toughness
goodness.
is up by 4.
Heavy armor?
Mm-hmm.
Holy wow.
So I always get the 4.
When you're morphed.
Interesting. Okay.
And that armor is part of its morphing time power?
Yep.
Gotcha.
So when morphed, your toughness bonus is determined by your armor training. So it's +1 if you're light, +2 if you're medium, +4 if you're heavy. And if you take a perk for ultra heavy armor, it can be +6.
Amazing.
And we can just choose right now whether we're like I have light and medium and I can just choose, right?
Yes. All of our jump distances are tripled because we leap on a trampoline before we do our cool moves.
Exactly.
Obviously.
As a free action, we can summon any single power-based weapon to our hands.
Bruh.
And then the other thing is when reduced to 0 health, instead of it being outright defeated, we can be knocked out of our ranger forms and be unconscious, but at 1 health instead of at 0 health.
So 1 health is a lot better than 0 health.
That is true.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, Paige will be up first once everyone has prepared themselves and their soul.
Yes, I have to make a couple.
I need to read about power weapons.
Yeah, and so what? Each of the roles gives like has like a different like core theme, right?
Mhm.
Let's talk about those while people continue upgrading their characters.
I assume
Sure.
that the Red Ranger is just all about murder, which is why they have the color of blood. They just kill
They-
and kill and kill.
So not necessarily killing, but they are some of the most powerful warriors among the Power Rangers.
It's a good thing I set my Apex essence as smarts.
I mean, the good news is you can still kick butt.
I'm so
Right.
well balanced.
I mean, this is part of the beauty of not knowing what Ranger color we were going to
Oh,
be.
it's hilarious.
Pretty great.
It's pretty hilarious.
So as the Black Ranger, for instance, I get medium armor. I get a bonus to strength and social. And in addition to that, in addition to it's morphin time, which is actually required to change over into morphin form.
Obviously.
I love.
Of course.
So for me, I have an ability that I can use a free action to give a shift to any ally once per turn up until 2 uses, I believe.
What does the
for your
shift
quips
do
and
again?
speeches.
Shift raises your die type up by 1. So if you're rolling a D2, you're rolling a D4, yada yada.
Yada yada indeed.
So as the Pink Ranger, I'm going to be the range support for the team, and I've got a first level ability that lets me do a volley shot, which is a multiple target ranged attacks. Seems pretty useful
Nice.
in our current predicament.
I mean, I assume you have like a Glock or something.
I mean, currently I've got some pink armor and some hands, so we'll see how this goes.
Somebody's fixing to catch them hands.
Ooh,
Huh?
ooh,
Yes.
There you go.
rocket punch.
Ooh.
No, I mean, like,
Ooh.
when it's your turn, you will...
I'm
No
excited to find out.
Indeed.
The Yellow Ranger specializes in being very fast and not particularly tough. So I think my goal is to go up and attack the monster many, many times. And then hopefully they're dead, or else I'll probably get pasted.
I mean, maybe stay back and find something to throw at the thing?
I'm not saying what Felix is going to take as a combat action. I'm telling you what the Yellow Ranger is designed to do, Paige. Those are not
Got it.
necessarily
Got it.
going to immediately sync up.
Yeah, so the Yellow Ranger starts with a triple strike, which is you can make a fitness attack action, spend a personal power point to attack with both of your hands, and then and be able to also do a follow-up martial arts attack on one of the previous strikes. So they can do quite a flurry of attacks.
Ah, yes, having both punches and kicks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What about the Blue Ranger page?
So the Blue Ranger is kind of a mixed bag. Yes, I'm channeling our friend Chris, GMFO, nerd. He's definitely the knowledge
Amazing.
guy on the team. But in my reading, and again, this is all based on secondary consumption because I haven't really seen the show. As far as I understand, he, or I guess she, is the technologically skilled person, but they're also a good second in command. They're a good strategist, and they're somewhat of a historian. They understand. They are the stalwart memory of the Morphin Grid itself. If I knew what the Morphin Grid is, that would make more sense. But
You're going to learn as your character learns.
None of you
Yeah.
know right now.
Yeah.
And so you start with Eureka page, which is like you can, like once per day, you can give yourself edge on a smart skill, which is
Yep.
pretty good.
Mm.
yes, that is the mechanical benefit, and I'm super excited.
All right.
Cool. Well, Blue, start us off.
Well, here's the thing.
Yes, Daniel.
Paige knows from reading the book that as a free action, I can summon any single power-based weapon to my hand.
Yeah, so you
I
have
don't know
that
that
knowledge.
Daniel knows that
100%.
too.
Yeah, so like as you finish morphing and kind of like feel this rush of energy, you also get a rush of knowledge, right?
Ooh.
You actually look around, you can actually read all of the language in this room. It's like for a moment,
Ooh.
you're totally distracted. For just a moment, you're totally distracted by the fact that you could read everything. And then you realize,
That is
oh wait,
indeed.
but
Especially-
there's this threat in front of you.
I
Too
can't
much
imagine.
information.
I can't imagine that the readouts of any of these displays are very pleasant to look at.
And you kind of feel in the back of your mind this, like you can almost, I kind of imagine it like in, what is it? In Miracle Man, there's a scene where they go into like this ether space and they're just like a wall of weapons floating in this glowing nether. And like in the back of your mind, you just feel this choice of kind of like a wall of weapons that you can choose from that you could pull out at any time.
Whoa, you remember that really old movie, The Matrix?
Mhm. We need guns.
So he concentrates a moment, and he's he's played some paintball before. He's not particularly good at it, but he's played paintball before. And so he summoned a pair of blue energy guns. They're turbo hand blasters.
Ooh.
That are a targeting energy weapon. Require one hand. They do 1 energy damage, range 30 to 80, traits energy silent.
They're definitely in range.
So then he looks at them and is like, oh, that's so cool. And then he remembers that he's got other people here, and he holds up both guns and just fires them at the nearest person.
Sure. Give me an attack roll.
All right, so my targeting is 3, so it's D2, D4, D6. So it's a D6 for my targeting. Anything I need to know about edges or shifts or
Not for these guys.
attacks? Okay.
Funny. I'm now like frantically skimming through all of the weapons, trying to figure out which one I'm going to get.
What is a versatile power weapon, by the way?
So versatile means you can use it with one hand or two hands.
Oh, okay.
Guys, this one has the word cannon in it.
So I offer you a 10, Joe.
A 10, which is against their
Evasion defense, probably.
evasion. The 10 does not hit. So, clearly the all this new knowledge rushing in, the fact that you can, like, at the last moment as you were pulling up your weapons, you noticed that you could read the language on the weapons too, and you're like, oh my god, then you totally miss.
And then I look at the situation I'm in and decide that I do not want to be close to these things. So I will, in his brain, Daniel says, I'm just going to scramble back a few feet.
Mm-hmm.
What probably actually happens is he springs up, does a backwards flip, and then lands on his feet and jumps behind a console.
Yeah, sounds great.
He does this somewhere. Even though he's got pistols in his hands.
Okay, Yellow?
So I'll also feel this
Felix?
tickling at the back of my head that I can
Yeah.
summon something. I can summon any 2 light power weapons.
Nice.
So I will quickly examine the table and find that there is no definition of what's a light weapon.
Well, okay, so you say that, but I am noticing that a lot of the weapons that are listed as power in the next column over, the classification, list the power sword, for example, is a might, which I assume means it is a might-based
Yeah.
skill, and then medium melee.
Right. So point me
That's
to
the
the one
range.
that says light.
I'm now done pointing out examples.
Excellent.
Oh, and I realized that I should not have pulled the turbo blasters because they're limited. So I will get the standard Zeo
I
laser
think
pistols instead.
Sure. So I think there's power daggers that have fitness side melee. I think you're looking for fitness in the classification.
Finesse.
Finesse, sorry. Good lord. I think you're looking
All right.
for finesse in the classification is what determines.
That makes sense to me. Can I pick Zeo power Tompas?
Sure.
I will summon in each one of my hands. I will get a powered stick, about 2.5 feet long, and I know that these clay things. I don't really feel like giving them benefit of the doubt because they already injured my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'm just going to go attack.
Sounds good.
So I would like to approach a putty with my move action. And then since I'm high on my own supply, I'm just going to blow one of these PowerPoints, and I'm just going to go ahead and triple attack because that's my thing.
You could get close to 2 of them if you want to.
Why not? I mean, heck, I might end up taking out dozens of them.
Dozens.
Literally dozens.
As far
All
as the
right.
eye can see.
So, but I'm pretty excited about this. I will attempt to take my left hand stick and hit a putty in the head with it.
Sounds good.
So I imagine that's a finesse roll.
It would be a finesse roll, yes.
It's a finesse. And I wasn't that great at finesse before. In fact, I had no training at all. But luckily, I'm now not so bad at it. Thanks to the influx of dexterity or speed, I should say, and native skills. Oh, as you can see, I am excellent. But that was just a feint. I will go. That was high. This one will be low.
Excellent.
Does a 12 hit with a top?
What is that targeting? Is it the same thing as
if you
do all attacks target the same stat?
Makes sense.
I'm asking the question. Do they all target evasion?
So they can either target evasion or toughness. Similarly,
and I don't remember whose choice that is.
So it is on the defender usually.
Okay.
As to whether you're going to stand and take it with toughness, or if you're going to try to dodge out of the way with evasion.
Okay.
Sure. So they're currently trying to evade, so that will hit. Doing 1 damage.
Oh yeah.
Which, as you hit it, it explodes into pieces, and it actually it explodes, and all the clay that was previously in its form seems to evaporate as it explodes.
All right, then I'll take advantage of that surprise, and to my own surprise, and I'll do a roundhouse kick at this other one that is near me.
Nice.
Which I have never lifted my foot above my head before in my life.
But all of a sudden, you can do splits like a Cirque du
Not
Soleil
a problem.
performer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow!
And again, as you strike this one, it again shatters as pieces of it go spraying everywhere and then seem to evaporate.
Nice.
All right, so maybe these things aren't dangerous after all. Is there I moved to approach them. Can I use my remaining movement to move away, or am I have I used my move action for the round?
Can you split move in this system?
Yes, that is the question I am asking.
Okay.
Yes,
you
you
can. So
But
yes, you can.
I will move away a bit as I don't feel like my armor is very heavy, and I am done.
Excellent. Pink.
Okay, so according to this chart, I don't actually have the finesse to use the bow. So, and I'm fairly certain that the power blaster is a combo weapon. I'm gonna go with perhaps a Zeo laser pistol. I mean, this thing looks effective. Yeah, let's give this a try. So this is a energy one that has an alternative effect of
So it's
energy.
choose either or.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're the Pink Ranger, you can deal more damage with ranged weapons, apparently.
So it's energy 2,
That's right.
if I'm reading this correct.
That's good.
Because you are the Pink Ranger, yes.
And I'm gonna fire this thing off. So I'm gonna need some help on this. This is based on my targeting skill.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a ranged weapon. So that's going to be a D20 plus 1D4.
Plus, in the description, it says targeting.
Right. Will a 16?
A 16 will hit.
Woohoo!
So as you strike another one of these strange creatures, the shot impacts it, and then it kind of falls backwards, and it again explodes as the clay seems to seemingly evaporate into nothingness.
I'm going to look down at my gun. Okay, that was cool.
Now that was an excellent first shot.
And black.
And then I'm going to pass the button.
Oh, I thought you could shoot multiple people.
I could choose to, but I want to hit something before I get all fancy.
Oh, okay.
It's time.
So fancy. All right. Arasi, empowered by the grid power? The power of the grid?
Power of the grid.
Power of the grid is going to dodge forward over the console, leap up, do a flip, and as doing so, is going to grab a power sword and bring it down with two hands on top of the putty in front of Betty, because Betty seems like she's having kind of a day.
Yeah, especially since you just took the sword.
I mean, there's a whole wall of weapons. I'm sure there's another sword.
Wait,
There's
there's a
like
wall?
a bunch of Zeo blasters running around, apparently.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I have a D6 in might because I've suddenly gotten much stronger as a Black Ranger. Yes.
I give you a high,
Lisa.
I'm
I
Louisa
give you
now,
a high
yes.
five of unexpected body changes.
That's right. It's fine. It's just the Sentai person they got for me is just rips.
Yep, strong, real strong.
And because we have them, and I want to show them off. So we have story points, which are
Oh, I'd forgotten.
a group communal pool that can be used to do fun stuff like reroll a die result of a 1, or act as if you're specialized. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to roll my D20 to hit. I'm a D6, but that since I'm specialized in power weapons for this attack, I'm going to roll a D6, a D4, and a D2, and take the highest results of those 3 dice.
Excellent.
So we're going to see if this
We
works.
call that the waterfall.
All right. Yeah.
Because it's very satisfying to pick up a big handful of dice.
Excellent. So I will
Nice.
critically hit. Because,
Yeah.
well, I assume a
Yeah,
22 hits.
A 22 does hit.
All right.
If
So
it
since
doesn't,
I rolled
you
the
need to
highest
roll.
number possible on my skill die, that's a crit. So I'm using my weapon two-handed. Normally
Wait,
that would
why
be,
didn't I or Coda crit?
That's an excellent question.
Because you did, and we forgot to tell you that.
That is
Yes.
exactly it. I was looking to see what I was going to do on my turn, not what you were
Gotcha.
doing on your turn.
Okay, no,
That
continue
is true.
resolving.
No,
continue-
Coda and you both did crit.
One note, though, you cannot crit on a 2 on the D2. It only takes effect on D4 and higher.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that'd be kind of anticlimactic.
So eventually you can crit on the D2, but it takes a while.
yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, being able to crit on that seems like it'd be real good.
It's real good.
How convenient.
So I did crits. I'm using a weapon two-handed. Normally it's 2 points of sharp. So because it's a crit, it's 4 points of sharp. And I hope that I saved Betty from at least the one that was in front of her.
Yep, you rush forward and slash and cleave directly through it as both pieces of clay fall to either side, then puff, evaporate.
Oh, good, because I was really afraid they were going to reform in that like T1000 way that they formed the first way, and was like, oh no.
And
then
then
Pass over to Betty.
Betty. Red, you're up.
Betty's like, wait, why am I so slow and sluggish? Can't let you have all the fun, Arasi. And she will reach out and be like, I need something cool like that to cleave things with. So she thinks about axes and manages to summon Zeo power axes, which I don't know, they have a whole bunch of stats that I have zero idea about. So,
But they sound awesome.
yeah,
Kind of like our characters. It's going to be
They're-
great.
axes. I'm like, double axe murder. I will. we'll slip around the Rossi and try to cleave the next pile of clay here.
So you clearly jump over Larasi. That's clearly how this works.
Yeah, we do the thing.
Do a backflip.
where- Yeah, well, no, we do the thing where like we roll across each other's backs. basically.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
I love it.
Yeah. It's a move we know. Listen,
Yeah, we practice this when surfing all the time.
well, I was gonna say is that capoeira move that you've been trying to show me that I'm just like, but in this case, it works. So while doing so, while completing that jump over, she will attempt to bury this into one of the other piles of clay, and feels like, yeah, I should do this like extra, and you put a personal PowerPoint behind it, which we'll see if it actually delivers anything.
Ooh.
'Cause I think I
Personal
before
PowerPoints, too. I haven't.
I make a hit, right? So, so this will be a power strike.
Nice.
Well,
Woo!
Not a crit, but I'll take.
And so you roll over Arasi's back and you bring the axe across the putty's throat, and its head flies off as the rest of the body crumples to the ground and again evaporates.
Betty will take a sort of like a hero landing on one knee and be like, and she'll also be thinking like, I'm really glad that wasn't like guts and bone and stuff like that. That'd be really traumatizing.
All right, y'all.
Then
I think we know the only way we need to end this.
What's that?
Then the column in the back kind of springs back into life, and again you see this strange individual kind of standing there, but he looks different than before, almost a little bit like he's like he doesn't look quite totally human. Like he looks almost like he's a render of the previous person that you saw.
Okay. Transmission quality problem.
And then you all as a group move forward and I'll do a pose. Ha!
That's right.
I mean, we have to pose in front of explosions.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
It's the only way.
Betty will lift her axes up like, I don't even know where I got these from.
I don't know why, but I'm holding these like this.
I just have one gun. Right. This does not work.
Again?
This does not work on camera at all.
You were Charlie's Angel. Like,
Ooh.
There you go.
Okay, and join us next week for what happens to our Power Rangers next.
And
And
most
follow us.
importantly,
And follow us.
to adventure! And hey,
And
Toen,
we have a new sub from
it's clear we need to go out on a dance.
Yeah.
Thanks,
We'll get the
everybody.
dance music next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll have
Bye,
real
y'all.
music next week.
Bye.
Thanks
We'll
for
know the
watching,
rules.
everybody.